Namaste everyone, welcome to MOBA Guru, and today we'll be reviewing the latest hero of Mobile Legend, Joy. Her skills can be said to be a mix of Harith and Lance. Her first skill sets up a crystal as a starting point for her second skill, allowing her to cast her immune dashes. After dashing 5 times against enemies, she can then activate her DPS ult, where she enjoys debuff removal and slow immunity. If perfect rhythm from her second skill is achieved, she receives further lifesteal by 40%. Let's talk about her emblem setup. As a DPS mage with high kiting potential, we recommend users to max out her movement speed and magic penetration attributes. Also, a magic worship will complement her further as she easily deals successive damage to trigger the burning effect. When it comes to her build, there are many options to go for. In this video, we should talk about the hybrid build which is suitable for the jungler role. The items are Genius 1, a core item for her, as her spammable skills will reduce the magic defense for opponents with ease. Tough or warrior boots, this depends on the enemy on which type of damage output they would deal. Concentrated energy, diving into teamfights requires her to have more sustainability, so lifesteal is the answer. Oracle, further enhances her lifesteal and shield gain from her passive. Brute Force, spammable skills allow her to keep this item stacks up, automatically making her more tanky. Divine Glaive, to counter build magic defense item by the enemy in the late game. There are also some other options depending on what the team needs. One option is to build the wand family, which means Genius, Glowing, and Ice Queen wands for utilities. For more magic power, Holy Crystal or even Blood Wings can give the extra punch. In the late game, Immortality could also be an option for that extra life. We already covered her general skills, emblem, and builds. Without further ado, let's get to her gameplay. Time to jungle. Wait for the right beat when using her second skill to gain 100% damage increase. Thunderbolts instead of dots below HP bar indicates that. Top lane was being ganked and the turtle was about to spawn, so I quickly farmed at the bottom side and tried to rotate towards the turtle as fast as possible. Because I knew they only had Edith to CC me, I contested and tried to pressure Ling to at least use his ult or make him leave the turtle. But Edith CC chained me at the perfect time, so I couldn't use my retribution and enemy Joy stole the first neutral objective. Backup is here, let's punish them. Although we didn't get the turtle, we were able to pick off their roamer, a slight constellation. Now, back to farming. Here, I shouldn't have used my ult to clear the purple buff, as I would need it much more later. I tried to follow up on Yuzong Force initiation, but I overextended instead. If I had my ult though, I would have gotten out of that tight situation. Here, I was contemplating whether to help mid lane or gank bottom lane, but since Eve was even able to pick off Kagura, I decided to rotate towards gold lane instead. Oof, again and again, Moskov was able to survive, this time thanks to Ling backing him up. On a side note, had I waited a bit longer until Mia finished clearing her catapult, the gank would have been a success. The turtle is about to spawn, and Kaja and Yves did a great job of zoning enemies away and giving vision. I quickly cleared the creep and rotated towards the turtle. Edith and Kagura were pushing the mid lane, so I went and defend. Great follow-up from Yuzong to pick Edith off. Here, the third turtle is about to spawn, and Yuzong and I rotated towards it to try to secure this neutral objective. However, our Kaja and Eve had other ideas and tried to pick off Kagura, who is of low health. They managed to get her, but at the expense of their own lives, with Ling reigning on the parade. Regardless, we were able to secure the turtle and maintain the upper hand. I tried to assist the mid lane. However, after using all of my dashes, enemy's Joy showed up and exploited my weakness. Joy becomes vulnerable when her dashes are in cooldown. Unfortunately, the enemy managed to convert and pick me off. Great counter-engage from Yuzong for picking off 2 enemies. Sorry for covering your moment of glory. Hehe. Here, Kagura was seen in the minimap and Kaja used conceal and went to initiate. A fight broke out and even Yuzong came to assist. The 5 of us were in the mid lane and we have the number advantage. However, the fight took longer than expected as we lacked damage, giving Moskov enough time to rotate to mid and clean up the battlefield. Now, we need to pay more attention towards Moskov. FYI, I decided to purchase Glowing Wand first to complement my emblem's effect further. From the last battle, we were wiped out, so the enemy decided to take the first Lord since they knew I wouldn't respond in time to try to contest. Since there was little that we could do, I continued to farm. Most of the enemies were at the mid lane, but Moskov decided to clear bottom by himself. It is time for some revenge. Kaja initiated to try to pick him off, but just look at the lifesteal. Luckily, we were still able to pick him off at the expense of our roamer. I guess Ling tried to avenge Moskov, but by doing so, he got picked off by Mia instead. He should be wary of Mia's outplays now. Edith came into the scene as well, and a similar result is done upon her. Here, Kaja made a brilliant initiation towards Kagura, so I went to follow up. Another pick-off for the team. While Mia was busy taking down the outer turret at the mid lane, the mischievous Moskov split pushed our bottom lane, bringing down the inner turret. I wanted to recall to confront him, but Yuzong volunteered instead. Mia and Kaja wanted to assist Yuzong, but the enemies were chasing them in the process. Since Yuzong solo killed Moskov, I went to assist Mia. Here, we got the advantage since no one from our team died. Again, a beautiful suppress from Kaja towards Edith, and we were able to put another kill into our bag. I tried to delay Ling from getting his orange buff, but he was able to use his retry against it. Kaja used his ult towards Joy, but there were no follow-ups since there were only the 2 of us, so we had to retreat. Yuzong used his ult to zone out enemies away, so now we can reset and regroup. Here, I see my chance to punish Kagura. Although Mia had to die, we were able to trade 2 for 1, which is advantageous for us. A long team fight broke out at the river, and I've been waiting for the right chance to enter the scene. The time has come, and I shall wreak havoc against my enemies. Okay, wait. I missed my dash since Kaja ulted Moskov. Let's go again. We didn't come out with a better result from the last team fight, as we sacrificed 3 to get only Moskov. We should retreat and minimize the damage done to our team. Or so I had in mind. The enemies wanted more, and Yuzong came to back me up, only to get picked off by the enemies too. Time to avenge my comrades and outplay my enemies. Okay, that didn't go as planned. I just respawned and another chance was presented to me. Took the joy out of joy. Get it? Anyways, another magnificent engage from Kaja to hand me Moskov in a silver platter. Nicely done. We got more than we bargained for with the follow-up ult from Eve. Link wanted to get some consolation, but Mia with her wits was able to outplay with her wind of nature. Not being able to do anything by himself, he gave us the lot for free. FYI, we're deep in the late game and I've completed all my items which look like this. The Lord spawned and was pushing the bottom lane. We should have waited until the Lord reached the inhibitor turret, but unfortunately, our Eve got picked off and we had to bring the fight towards the river. It seems the enemies wanted more, so let's turn the tables. Again, Moskov was wreaking havoc towards our team with his outplays, even though we managed to subdue Kagura and Edith. We need to use our resources more wisely and bring him down first. Moskov was clearly in the river bush, so I wasn't sure why Eve went through the area in front of me. I tried to back her up, but the damage from Moskov was too much towards her. But all is well. Yuzong came to assist from the mid lane and took care of Moskov. Here, I almost deleted Link, but he too has high escapability. But I wanted to finish him off for good, so I chased him down.
Miss.
Dang it, this Parker expert wannabe is so hard to catch. But my roamer Kaja was persistent on bringing him down, as if he were to be picked off now, he would only respawn after a long death cooldown since we're deep in the late game. Moreover, the Lord is about to spawn, so getting rid of the enemy jungler will give us the upper hand.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yes, Ling has been picked off, so it's time to bring down the Lord. We managed to get the Lord, and Yuzong came all the way from the bottom lane to pin the enemy down at the orange buff area, so my comrades and I went to follow up. Here, we managed to get the enemy Joy and Edith, so all of us thought we could end the game with number advantage. We should have retreated and waited for the Lord, but we were all too eager to end. Here, Moskov outplayed us once more with his crazy lifesteal. In the end, Eve and Yuzong were left to siege the base alone. I ended up traded my brute force for dominant eyes, since this is not the first time Moskov's lifesteal got the better of us. I respawned and rotated towards top lane to assist the battle there. I wanted to recall to assist Mia against Moskov, but then I saw them coming towards top instead, so I decided to stay and assist Yuzong. Great initiation from Yuzong for me to clean up the battleground. Nice, we almost wiped them off, and since the Lord is about to spawn, the enemy will not try to counter us. We managed to get the Lord again to help us siege their base. This time we shall push with the Lord, but yet again, Moskov and his enemies were able to defend the high ground, and both Mia and I were picked off. Since I was getting bursted down too easily, I decided to trade my dominant eyes with immortality to give me that extra life. I respawned and rotated to the mid lane after clearing my purple buff. Mia needed to clear the bottom lane, and since the enemy knew we were short of damage dealers, they decided to take down Yuzong and Eve. They succeeded in taking down Eve and proceed to take down the Lord since they have the number advantage. Yuzong and Kaja were doing a great job of giving vision and making the enemies use their resources towards them. Kaja notified me that he will suppress the enemy jungler, so that would be the cue for me to go in and steal the Lord. Kaja just ulted, now's the time to follow up. Oof, even though I was picked off, we managed to steal the Lord. But guess what? Our Mia had other ideas, as no one from the enemy cleared the mid and top lanes, and Mia proceeded to take this chance to end the game while the enemies were distracted. Victory could never be sweeter. So that's how you play Joy. Overall, Joy is a really fun hero to be used, as her dashes grant her immunity and she can bring down objectives or enemies with ease thanks to her spammable dashes, especially in the mid to late game once her core items are built. Just like other new heroes, her skills are currently too OP and her cooldown after using her dashes should be increased. So, before that happens, hurry and use her. Hope you guys learned something new today. Thank you for indulging our content and for your support. Don't forget to follow our other socials and give our content the thumbs up. Have a blessed day and stay tuned for more. Namaste.